Hello, everybody, Sparks fans, especially Sparks fans, because today is day 4 of my Sparkstember extravaganza. Each day I'm going to go through each of the Sparks albums. Now, this whole idea of doing this was inspired by So I Married a Record Collector's channel with Heidi Lee doing the charge on doing the great videos. Now, I had left links to her channel and especially in that first video of when I did Half Nelson, I had put a link to I had put a link to her video for that and others. I was going to put other subsequent, but they had been taken down by YouTube. Those episodes from her is no longer there, so it's a shame too because they were great, and it's probably because she used content that was from from she played some music on those episodes, and I'm sure it's YouTube like you can't play music, naughty naughty. I'm sure if she re-uploads those episodes, because I hope they do. I hope uploads those episodes again, and just maybe just re-edit out those songs, the music, just the music, because it's a shame because I do love that part of it too. I agree, and the sound quality is not even the same. They like if they took it down for that reason, it's pretty petty. Again, it's very petty on and it may not be YouTube themselves, but somebody somewhere they have dollar signs in their head and you know they're like, yeah, you and that interpretation, we can't have that. I don't know. I think it's shame. It should be under free use, but no, they don't see it that way. So I do hope I do get to see those episodes again, and that she makes more. I want to see all of September, Sparkstember. So I do hope that she continues with those episodes because yeah, I haven't heard anything since they gotten taken down. So it's a shame, I yeah, so hopefully Heideli, I hope everything gets gets back on track. Hope. Okay. So also, before I begin the main part, I want to wish a very very special happy birthday to Martha May, who is an 88-year-old fan who loves my channel and watches all my videos. And so thank you always for being very supportive and liking my channel. And yeah, happy birthday, 88. You know what they say, when you hit 88, that's when the real stuff happens. That's when you go back to the future. That's a stupid reference. Okay, a happy birthday. Let's get into Sparks. So I've been preparing and like now again, I don't want to go in necessarily into trying to overanalyze the lyrics and try to try to find the meaning and stuff. I'm just giving my general overview of my impressions of how it made me feel. Again, I should repeat that I'm a new fan. Just recently in the last couple of years, I discovered Sparks and been diving headfirst right into it and loving everything. and this became when I had gotten Kimono in my house first. That was the first album I got in, and then this was the second album, Propaganda. So today, being episode part 4, Propaganda. Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I don't know how long this episode is going to be. Again, I'm not limiting myself to time. I got the time to make it, and I'm going to give it some due diligence. Now, yeah. Before I begin, I just have a question about that. Not only I do think that's pretty cool, okay. Now, I remember seeing this before, but it didn't really stand out at the beginning. So here, okay, there's Kimono, there's Indiscreet, there's Big Beat, yeah, Little Beethoven, then Hello Young Lovers, which I do have Hello Young Lovers, so I got Hello Young Lovers here and Kimono. But this here, I hadn't really heard anything about it. It's like it doesn't appear, it doesn't really show up in the official stuff. So this is called Made to measure. I'm not sure what that is or what that would be. I haven't really heard much information about it at all. It was just moments ago before preparing this that I just wanted to take a look at what was also available, and yeah, made to measure. So pretty soon after I'm done with this doing this episode, I'm going to be looking that up and checking that out. So yeah. But yeah, let's get back into this. Okay, let's go through this. I want to talk about the cover first of all. Okay, and of course, perfectly, there's no mention of Sparks or what the name of the album is on the cover. Same thing with Kimono, which is a brilliant move on their part, and apparently no one was doing anything like that at all. The be so it's a bold move. It's a bold move not putting your name on there. It intrigues you. It's like, what is this? What is that band? And you want to get some cool controversy is like who's kidnapping them, and the order of these pictures, okay, and I love that one of them being on the bed. So it's like what's the proper order to this sequence of pictures, okay? That's my question, because is it, I think it has to be this one first, then this one later, and then this one after. Because they're wearing the same gear. You got that red shirt, and and it's the glasses, it's the sunglasses that they tied them up and everything, but they still, oh, you gotta look cool, so you still gotta, we're not gonna take the glasses off you. What's the that's what makes me laugh about that picture, about any of these pictures. The first time I saw it, what struck me first, okay, is not just them just being in the boat and all tied up. It's the glasses. It was the glasses that made me laugh. I thought that was funny, and then because look how funny that looks. It's not that clear, but look how funny that looks in coming out of that back window, and them just standing there discussing. I this is my favorite cover of Sparks. I would say, because it just the whole scenario of being under that yeah, it just makes me laugh. I love it. I love it. So, and so what else is in there? So a lot of cool liner notes, and I'm not going to go through all that, but really, really cool stuff here. So that made to measure, yeah, I do want to know more about that. If that's an actual album or something, I want to hear it. I'm not sure what that is. I had completely like forgotten about it. But yeah, some cool liner notes, and then we get the lyrics, which I'm going to get into a little bit. So they got some lyrics here, and now again, my interpretation of what I think it's they're talking about, and that I will always direct you again to those other channels again, which I will leave it down in the pin down in the comments below, with Larry Graves, Monty Mullen, and Paul Barrett of Metasparks. They have great channels, and I consider them my top authority on Sparks right now. So they're the ones I would go to. But how I feel about this, yeah, the first time I put it in, and then hello Soldier Boy, oh boy, she's spewing all her propaganda. I thought that was, okay, a little acapella at the beginning, and with the whoop whoop whoop, sounds, and then when at home, at work, at play, kicks in with that, yeah, bam, 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 bam. He's like, oh, I was like, oh, it's going to be a rocking album. There's going to be some cool rocking moments. Because I remember, of course, Kimono having those, those rocking moments in there, like where the music just takes off in a certain way. And it's like, yeah, like at the end of, like how Hasta Mañana Monsieur ends, for example. That's a cool little jam out, and the way, yeah, I love that. But at home, at work, at play, with those insinuating words that she's a professional, and that and that she has guys lining up to 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 use her services, whether it's typing or cleaning or or being a caddy or whatever. She's professional. And then in every way, but more ways than what is being alluded. But it's so great how they're saying it without saying it. I think that's one of Ron's secret powers, is he knows how to say things without saying things, and then you can just kind of connect the dots and say, ah, that's what the insinuation. But then is when is how catchy reinforcements is. As soon as I heard that dun 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 dun, I was like, yeah. And then coming into that spoken part, you intercept my SOS in order that no news of my distress should ever reach the home front. It's just I memorize these lyrics for sure. Like I know the lyrics to BC, I know the lyrics to Reinforcements by Heart. Those are the two for, of course. This town ain't big enough for the both of us. Those were the three first lyrics that I really started memorizing from Sparks. When as soon as I heard this album, I was like, yeah, I had to know the lyrics to Reinforcements. I had to know the lyrics to BC because they were just so awesome. Then there's thanks but no thanks. From a little kid's point of view, when you understand that it's from a young kid, I still love, my orders come from high above me, about a foot or two above me. Genius, genius. Don't leave me alone with her. Awesome, awesome, because because she's so tricky and manipulating. I don't trust myself around her, and if I don't have somebody here to chaperone me and kind of take the attention off of me, I don't know what I'm liable to do, because she could make me do things I don't want to do. She's dangerous to me. Can you see me shaking here? Can you see me how, the sweat? Yeah. She's making me nervous because I don't know. She looks like trouble. That's what that song's. Don't leave me alone with her, because there should have been a tagline after that, because she looks like trouble. Something for the girl with everything. Oh no, so I skipped over. I almost skipped over. Never turn your back on Mother Nature. And I was liking that song, and I was hoping. And then when I got this, I was so pleasantly surprised that that was on here, because I had seen the video of it, and I had sung it a couple times. It's a great song. You know and then I bought it, and then I happened to buy it, and it's like, oh, it's on this. Awesome, awesome. Something for the girl with everything. Again, okay, I want to refer to Paul Bear's theories that when Ron is talking about a love interest, it's mostly he's talking about his muse. So in this case, see the writings on the wall. You bought the girl a wall. Like, what an odd statement, that you bought a girl a wall so she could read that writing on the wall. Read the writing on the wall, or the writing the writing of the song. See the writing of the song. You bought the girl a song complete with matching ballpoint pen that I wrote the song on. You gotta. I like to think that the what he using the word wall because she's reading the wall, the muse, and but that is him writing on the sheet of paper. He's writing the song. Again, I'm stretching my imagination a little bit because you can breathe another day because I'm making you can breathe another day. You can sing, you're going to be alive, you're breathing again, I'm writing another song. So secure in knowing she won't break you yet, but the yet is in parentheses, that she won't break you because because the song is being profitable. It's not gonna be a hindrance. Because I think Ron has the infinite well of of inspiration. I always think, you know. I mean, I think they alluded that they're like for Kimono that they didn't actually know what they were going to write. That it kind of wrote itself in some ways, But I doubt that. I think Ron always has a, a vault of ideas that he can just bring up at any time. And yeah, so what is that song talking about, Bearing the gifts to aid amnesia. Who are the three wise men? I think the three wise men, and being this is album number four. This is number four, actually, yeah, number four. The wise men, three wise men. I would say they're the record company, record producer, and so on, that they represents the business side and that something, yeah. Okay. I'm gonna pass on that. Again, I always, you know, Achoo! Such a catchy song. It's probably one of my, again, another, probably in my, it moved up there as probably my fourth favorite song beyond those three first songs because it's the strongest opening of any Sparks album. I mean, with that little tiny bit of a propaganda starting it off and then hitting into home, at work, at play, reinforcements and BC. Now, I skimmed over those right now, okay, for the moment. I want to come back to those in a minute, but saying that it starts off, those became my three favorite songs instantly on the album. But Achoo, I love the ding, 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 the way it starts. Ding, ding. It almost starts like it's going to be a different song. But then, and then down. Yeah, I love it. I do like it. Why don't, who don't like kids? And I've joked before that the first few times hearing it, knowing darn well what the lyrics are, that who don't like kids, I couldn't help but hearing who took my keys. Well, who took my keys? Well, who took my keys? It still kind of makes me laugh that that's what I hear when I hear that. It's just the way that he's pronouncing it. It's a little, you gotta admit that's kind of an odd way to sing a song in a way. Who got my, who don't like kids? Who don't like kids? But I'm starting to really love the song now, you know, and even Bon Voyage again. Probably because I was a little biased against falsetto a bit, but then especially that type of falsetto. But the more the more I listen to it again, it does get better and better, and I'm actually really really do like Bon Voyage now because it is a bit operatic. It's a great, I think it is a great song to play for sending somebody off on a boat trip. 'Cause I always think of, people standing on the side of the pier, waving at the ship as their loved ones is going on a vacation, leaving their loved ones behind and stuff. Bon voyage, but have a good trip. And yeah, it's great. Yeah, I do like it so much more. And of course, those bonus tracks of Album Me Right and Marry Me. I'm I mean, they could have been on the album, and and of course, they take songs like that off the album for time restraint, and they ended up putting it as B sides in that. But I think it's fantastic. I think they're great songs that could have been like that. I'm glad they're included onto this because especially like even marry me is such a like a jaunty kind of a song, and I like to use that word jauntiness when it comes to certain sparks types of the musicality of it. It's again, it's almost circusy but not, it's not, but on the it's just on the line of just almost stepping over to being, a little corny and a little bit, but it's not. It like it's I like it. I like it. Like da, 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 I'm not giving this justice. I know I'm not. Because again, when it comes to like again, I'm not rehearsing. I'm just giving my off the top of my head responses of trying to, you know, trying to be in the moment. I don't like being rehearsed. I'm not sitting here reading something, except for the lyrics and trying to come off the top of my head and be genuine and give you like, what I think. So why I love reinforcements and BC. BC, the first time I heard the song BC was of course a live version of it. I'm pretty sure it was I think there's a couple of different versions of it, but the one I'm thinking of is the one when they did the 21 shows and of 21 albums, and yeah, it's that jauntiness of it and how he sings it and and it's a great song to get the audience to kind of egg on the audience, of what's the next verse, because there's pausing between the and his performance on in live with it's great. It's great. I think it's better live, a little bit better, almost a little bit better live than it is in the album. Although I love the album version, it's because of the interaction he has with the audience with that song, and how he takes advantage of those little breaks to and and of course that's genius. Again, that's genius on Ron's part to write a song like that for his brother to be able to have fun with. And I mean, yeah, there's so many songs. I mean, they get their a little bit more serious songs, but it's those songs that Russell has fun with. And you can hear it in that song. You can hear how much fun I can hear it. I can hear how much fun Russell has singing that song. So, that's why it tickles me. And trying to decipher those lyrics of BC, what is he talking about? Because his name is Aaron, being A, and here is Betty, being B. So who again? Who is Aaron, Betty, and Charlie? Who are those? The A plus B plus C. BC, Betty, Betty, get back here. Charlie, Charlie, get back here because they just left him. What is the song really about? I'm pretty sure I already gave my my synopsis of what I think it is. But again, you can never tell with Ron. And saying something that kind of reiterating something I'm pretty sure both Paul and Monty said in my live stream when we were talking about the weird wonderful world of Sparks, is how that if they were able to interview Ron, they wouldn't want Ron to tell them exactly what the meaning of the songs were. They would more likely just like to talk to him about musical styles, inspirations, and all that stuff. But when it comes to song lyrics interpretation, I do agree with that. I think it's important that we have our interpretations of how we feel and what we think of the interpretations of the song. I mean, I can only look at it again from a very like a new as a new brand new fan. I've only no not too much more than 3 years I would say since it was since 2020. It was since 2020 because it was just not it was during because it was just about that time during lockdown, almost at the end of lockdown where lockdown was just being lifted and we were going back to work. It was right after lockdown, and it was a couple of weeks after that, and I had seen that. Yeah, I had seen that trailer for the Sparks Brothers, and thank goodness I did. Because yeah, I do love this album. Now, I want to say that as second and third albums are going, okay, I'm not gonna it's not necessarily a ranking, and that could very well change. I'm I'm almost I like to say that maybe my second favorite album has started. I think it might be Angst in My Pants, and my third favorite album might be Number One in Heaven, just because of the I don't know. There's sounds in there, and like especially Angst in My Pants for their cool rockiness. Like I really love Mickey Mouse. I love Mustache. I absolutely adore Eaten by the Monster of Love. They're such good rockin'. Such a good rockin' album, and 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 again that cover, the cover, it just makes me laugh. And even though in the back cover with them all in the exact same position, because it's the same torso being duplicated and then just changing the head. That photo makes me laugh with the hand being up and it's just yeah, it's just great. So everything, yeah, this is a definitely a 11 out of 10. Like it's so good. I haven't played it in a little while, and I didn't need to play it before listening before doing this because it's in my head. It is in my head. I have sang those lots of those songs quite a bit. I catch myself singing like "Achoo" for example, like one of those B-side songs, and "Achoo." It's just I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, I don't want to go too much longer. I don't want to pass the 30-minute mark. We're already at 27 minutes in. And so yeah, just know that I'm going to be doing more. I am going to be re-listening to Indiscreet. I've listened to it a couple of times when Larry Graves had put it on his Patreon for me. He did that specially for me. He put Indiscreet. I had the lyrics there to read at the same time, and I enjoyed it. I like the album, and I'm interested in I'm going to actually go to the Patreon and re-listen to that copy that Larry put there for me, and I'm interested in giving my review tomorrow of Indiscreet. It's going to be interesting, and yeah, so look forward to that. So hopefully I'll get better and better at doing these Sparktembers as I go along. I want to try to make them a little shorter, maybe, but especially with certain albums, yeah, I want to give myself the due diligence to really talking about them. And that's it. That's all I want to talk about. So everybody out there, you know how much I love you. If you consider subscribing, I will greatly appreciate and love you forever. Hit that like, please comment. I love comments and all that. So again, you know what I'm going to say. As always, please be safe. Take care. I will see you on the flip side. And please, everybody, have a great day, evening, morning, night, wherever you may be, or afternoon. Peace, everybody.